Are there opportunities in base metals? Let's ask David Morgan. Hi, David.
Hi, Karen.
What's going on in the base metals arena, copper and such?
Well, the base metals have really been beaten up. I do believe we're still in a long-term secular bull market for commodities, and of course that includes the base metals. The Industrial Revolution that's taking place in China and India isn't far from over, but it's been slowed down due to the world economy recession that we're experiencing now. But there really isn't a big oversupply that's typical at the top of these bull markets in the metals. You have some oversupply, but it could be worked out very quickly once the economy recovers. So I'm very bullish longer term. However, it's going to take time. I don't think it's going to be in 2009. I'm looking more toward the middle of 2010 before we really start to see the base metals pick up.
And how would you play that?
Well, I think the best way for most investors is not to go into the commodity arena. I think the best way is through the underlying mining equities. That's usually a little bit safer way to play these markets.
Give me any picks that you have.
Well, there's a few that I really like for, I think, I'm a little different than some of the guys in my field. I put serious money into serious companies. And then I put smaller speculative money into speculative companies. I think that's the best overall strategy. Because of that, I would go into the BHPs, the RTZs, the large base metal miners that have a long history of knowing what they're doing, strong management, a strong balance sheet, and that type of thing. Those would be two that I would like.
Those are the serious money.
That's the serious money.
Speculative money.
On the speculative side, for a copper company or something like that, I mean, I can name several. I'll just name one that we had in our portfolio that we got stopped out on. It's called Samex. It's an exploration company. They're in South America. They're doing a lot of great work, but it's real, much more risky than, let's say, a BHP or something like that.
As crude oil prices start to rebound, there's been more and more interest in alternative energy and even talk of nuclear energy in this country. What do you think?
Well, I'm pro-nuclear. I believe, that as much as I'm a finance guy and everyone believes that the world runs on finance and trading and markets and that type of thing, the world runs on energy. And that's the most important asset any of us have. So we've got to be very careful about moving forward. If we want to grow the economy, we've got to grow energy. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is through nuclear energy. However, there seems to be a bias in this country against it, and that really saddens me in a way.
Why is there a bias here versus France, where 85% of their energy is nuclear powered or nuclear generated?
I think it's mostly lobbyists. I think that there is a campaign out there that nuclear isn't safe. Listen, there's nothing guaranteed in life, but the way nuclear power plants are built are as safe as humanly possible. I think France recognizes that. In the United States, it seems we only hear the negative side. We don't hear the positive side. And it takes time. It takes a lot of demand on capital and labor in order to erect a nuclear power plant. We really should get busy on it right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Our guest has been David Morgan. You're watching the MoneyShow.com video network.